What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about when it hits the fan, when the mess, our mess, hits the fan. In Psalm 51, we learn a very important lesson from one of the great figures of the Bible, King David. In Psalm 51, he is moved to write one of the most passionate apologies to God that has ever been penned. He is apologizing to God and asking for God to have mercy upon him because of a particular episode in his life that is recounted in Samuel or 2 Samuel chapters 11 and 12. David sins with a young woman by the name of Bathsheba. According to many Old Testament scholars, really takes advantage of her. And then David has her husband, Uriah, one of his generals, murdered. And when David is called out about this egregious sin by the prophet Nathan, David, he begins to write this apology to God in the form of the 51st Psalm. And it is there in the very first line of Psalm 51 that we find a very powerful, powerful statement. Have mercy upon me according to your unfailing love. Some translations say according to your steadfast love. Unfailing love, steadfast love. That is an English translation of a Hebrew word, hesed. H-E-S-E-D. Hesed. And to be quite honest with you, hesed is such a powerful word in Hebrew that there really is no English translation for it. At least there's not an English translation of that word that does it justice. It's so powerful. It's so weighty. It's so broad. It's so deep. It's so high that we really can't even translate it properly. Really, the best that we can do in regard to hesed is this: God's ever-loving kindness. God's ever-loving kindness. And what that points to is the fact that no matter where we are in life, no matter what we've done in life, God still loves us. God's love is not like human love that kind of varies depending upon the situation. God's love, it is unfailing, it is steadfast no matter what. It is an ever-loving kindness. That's what God's hesed really is. As a matter of fact, when we have messed up, that is a wonderful time for us to experience the hesed of God. That's a wonderful time when the mess has hit the fans. That's a wonderful time for us to experience the unfailing love of God. And one of the ways in which we do that is by going to God in prayer. Please understand that when we mess up, many times it's like living life in the dark. It's not until we go to God in prayer that, just like I hit that light switch, our lives come into a full experience of the goodness of God. When we go to God in prayer, that's what happens for us. Like when we hit that switch, the lights come on. When we go to God in prayer, the lights come on in our lives. Again, we experience the full breadth and the full weight that God has for us in regard to his love. We experience the full weight, the full depth, the full breadth of God's love for each and every one of us. And so I don't know what you're going through right now. I don't know what you've been through, but I just want you to know that God loves you. God cares about you. God's hesed, it is active and it is waiting. He is waiting on you to come to him. Listen, here's something that confession does for us. It heightens our sense of connection with God. It helps us to know that we're not in it. When it hits the fans, it helps us to know that we're not in that situation by ourselves. We're not hopelessly stuck in the despair of having to deal with our mess ups. But now, on that subject of confession, it's really important that we do recognize what confession is not. Please don't get it twisted. Confession is not about making ourselves feel better by making somebody else feel bad. No, that's not what confession is. That's being selfish. We got to be big boys, big girls. Please understand that when you've messed up, confession is about going to God and talking to God about it. Confession is not about easing your guilt by making somebody feel bad about something that you did years and years ago. I've been carrying this weight around with me. I got to tell. Well, that sometimes is being selfish. It is making ourselves feel better while making somebody else feel bad. And that's not what confession is really all about. Confession is about us going to God. And when we go to God, not only do we feel better, but our situations get better. And so I want to end with this. Just like there is a seat in this house of God for each and every one of us, please understand that when it comes to those times in life in which we have messed up, when it comes to those times in life in which the mess has hit the fans, just know that there is a place for you within the context of God's hesed. There's a place for you within the context of God's unfailing, steadfast love. All you got to do is call on him. All you got to do is talk to him. God bless you and God keep you is our prayer.